we're going into that game and we've got 2 more games after it. But once we play the game tomorrow, we'll assess after the game who's fit, who's got knocks, and we look forward to the 2 fixtures after we obviously play Manchester United tomorrow.
Any other questions from the media? 左邊位嘅代表 No, here. Right there.
I'm Elvis from AD1G. So actually, tickets for the Hong Kong's next Asian Cup qualifier match against India, like except for those in the away fan zone, have all been snapped up. So with the possibility of a full house at the Kai Tak Stadium, how's the team preparing for the match? And having to play in front of such a big crowd, do you see that as an advantage or like pressure imposed on the team? And the second question is about you mentioned the Hong Kong squad will treat the friendly against Manchester United as the preparation for the Asian Cup match. But I assume every player on the team would like to have a chance to play against the Red Devils, right? So how would you balance like testing your best 11 in the game and also giving perhaps the young players a chance to play against the world-class stars? Thank you.
Yeah, regards to the first question, obviously, we're looking forward to firstly play at Kai Tak Stadium. It'll be the first time that we play there. Obviously, we've all seen and been there and visited it. It's a fantastic stadium. It'll be a good surface, and obviously a large crowd will be an added advantage. I've played football in front of big crowds. The players have played football in front of big crowds, and that only brings the best out of you. It's where you want to play. It's how you want to play. It excites you, and hopefully it will raise the players' games. Regards the window we've got up and coming, obviously Manchester United, Nepal, and then India. 3 games in 11, 12 days or whatever it is. My job is to navigate through them to try and get everybody fit and peaking for the India game. So we always look at each game, each training session. We plan accordingly. Tomorrow we will treat it as kind of a training session, if you like, without that sounding derogatory, or we'll apply ourselves as a game, but we'll also make sure that everybody gets to play minutes. We don't want to overload players and make everybody fatigue before we play India. So we'll be managing the load, we'll be managing the minutes, and it's an opportunity for the players to play and enjoy. It's a very unique game. It's an exhibition game, and that's what it is, and that's how it should be treated. Players will enjoy it. We'll enjoy it. And we'll give everybody opportunity to go and play and showcase their talents and have an opportunity to play against Manchester United, one of the best teams in the world, which they may not get the opportunity again. So it'll be treated as that, and we just look forward to it and embrace it, and hopefully it's a good performance, a good game, played in the right spirits. We're not trying to break any records or do anything stupid. We're just going there to enjoy ourselves.
All right, let's share these questions with our players as well. So how excited or how engaged now for the players getting set and ready for the Red Devils?
Hi, hello everyone. Well, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, right? And I'm sure all of us are very excited for this game. Also, important to know that our big game is the India game. So we're going to use this as a good preparation. With our eyes and focus on the India game, but that's definitely a great experience to play against a world-class team and for a big crowd which is not used here in Hong Kong. So it's a great experience, and we're all excited to do it.
Great. Any more questions from the media? 仲有冇其他問題? Yep, in the middle, please.
Hi, Ashley. You said it would just be a normal game tomorrow night, but the eyes of the world will be on the match, the eyes of the football world anyway. So what impression do you want to leave of Hong Kong football? And watching the match last night, did you see anything that made you think you could do something special against Manchester United?
No, not really. First and foremost, the only impression I want to give is that we're a professional outfit, we're organised, and we're here to play the game in the right spirits. I'm not going to be jumping up and down on the sideline thinking, if we pull off a result, it's going to lead to this or lead to that. I'm just here to enhance what Manchester United are trying to do. They're trying to come here and put an exhibition on, put a show on for the friends, and we're their sparring partners. Simple as that. We're not there to go and scalp anyone or go after people. We're just there to enjoy the game of football, play a nice relaxed game and treat it as what it is, and that's an exhibition game. It's, like I say, it's kind of a training session for us in our window. You know, we're not going hammer and tongs and, you know, breaking boundaries and smashing into tackles and being stupid. We're just going there for the lads to enjoy themselves and enhance the occasion and hopefully, you know, be part of a good occasion for the fans, and that's what it is. You know, I'm experienced enough to not think that if I go and beat Manchester United, you know, I'm going to make a name for myself, because it's not about that. It's not about me. It's not about our team. We're there to show players that we can do things in a professional manner, or fans, should I say, in a professional manner, and just, you know, help the occasion. It's as simple as that. So hopefully we can give a good account of ourselves with the way we play football the right way. But again, we're not trying to do anything stupid.
咁啱啱記者問到啦，關於今次我哋係中國香港隊要對住曼聯，會希望留到咩嘅印象，或者打出咩風格係去俾曼聯感受到呢？我都話會唔會話喺佢哋之前喺對住呢個東盟全明星隊嘅時候，睇到佢哋嘅表現，對於佢哋今日喺我哋嚟緊聽日中國香港隊喺個戰術方面會有啲咩嘅調動呢？佢都話其實呢，主要今日大家都要知道呢一場嘅國際友誼賽，咁希望呢，大家同埋球員以至到球迷都能夠好好咁享受到比賽，可以有最好嘅信心去應付今次嘅比賽，所以佢並唔會話特別打算去要做多咗其他嘅嘢去影響到個賽果，或者會去對曼聯可能喺個防守上面話會特別衝擊性等等，絕對唔會俾球員做任何愚蠢嘅行為係去影響到呢一場嘅賽事，因為都希望能夠可以同到球迷以及係所有嘅 fans 交代，可以唔會話因為要去擊敗曼聯，去為自己可以一戰成名而做出有任何其他太過侵略性嘅嘢。咁希望大家球員、球迷亦都可以好好借住呢一次係紅魔曼聯嚟到香港，可以一樣好好咁享受到今次嘅比賽。Any more questions? At the back.
Hello, I'm Jordan from Junior Sports Reporter. Hong Kong team is missing several key players like Everton and Shinichi. Are you worried that the missing of these players are going to affect the team's performance or the preparation for the India game? And the second question is the tickets for Hong Kong versus India, as well as known as the debut for Hong Kong's Kai Tak Stadium, have gained a great popularity. Many fans are obsessed in buying tickets. What do you feel about that? Thank you.
Well, obviously we're missing a few players. Shinichi's missing because he's recovering from a little bit of an ankle injury, nothing too serious. Matteo is missing through a hamstring, but as far as I was aware at training today, Everton was there. So unless he's been kidnapped on the way over to this press conference, I expect him to be there tomorrow. So he's fit and he'll play. And the Kai Tak, we said, it's a brand new stadium. It's a one-off. You know, it's a debut at a big, fantastic stadium. It's got a roof that we can close with air conditioning if we choose that option. And, you know, I'm hopeful that it sells out and every ticket goes. I think there's 50,000 that it holds, and we're looking forward to as many as possible, and hopefully it'll be sold out. So if that happens, you know, it'll be exciting. The players will relish it, and we look forward to playing India in a competitive Asian Cup qualifier, obviously on the 10th of June.
Next question, please. In the middle.
Hi Ashley, Laurie from The Athletic. I just wondered, with your Manchester United background, what have you made of the club's current situation, and as a former player as well, coming on a post-season tour, what would your mind be like in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I think obviously players, end of the season, I've been there, the only thing you think of at the end of the season is going and resting. Obviously the way the world as it is now, you know, it's all about revenues and bringing revenues in, and it's become a thing the last 4 or 5 years that instead of doing, as well as doing pre-season tours, you know, teams do close the season tours, if you like, end the season tours. You know, I was there actually working for Man United TV, actually, I think it was about 3 years ago when Manchester United went to Perth, but that was a pre-season one, so it's always a little bit different pre-season to end of season. I think players understand the commitment, they understand the revenues and the sponsorship that it generates, and at the end of the day, those kind of things pay your wages. So it's that old saying, you know, fans pay your wages, sponsors pay your wages, and it's just something you have to get on with. I think if the truth's being told, no players want to do it because you want to recover, and most of the Man United players will be on international duty that will start on the 2nd of June. So they probably need this like, you know, a hole in the head, I should say, which obviously no one ever says on record because you can't if you're attached to the club, but it's something that you understand and you have to get on with. You know, they're representing Man United. I expect nothing more than them to play properly and play for Man United shirts. And obviously we all know, you know, how well the manager's done and what he stands for and the kind of culture he's trying to bring into the club. Me as an ex-player, you know, I don't really have any opinion on what's happening. You know, I don't think I'm in a position to have any opinion. I think if you're inside that club or if you've been an ex-player at the level of your Scholes, your Butties, your Nevilles, if you like, I think they can have an opinion. Myself was only there as an apprentice, a one-year professional. You know, I was fortunate to win the FA Youth Cup, but went no further than that. You know, I enjoy watching the club. I enjoy speaking to connections at the club. But regards opinions, I kind of keep them to myself and let them take care of their own business. I think they're in good hands at the minute with the manager. You know, they look like they're going forward, and I'm sure, and I expect them to do, you know, very well next season, have a much better season than what they've done this season.
Any more questions at the back? Any questions for our players as well? Please.
Actually, Sam Stone, BBC. Just on what you've said then, and going back to the point you made about sparring partners, given the weather, are your players going to have to take extra care because, for obvious reasons, you don't want to get injuries? Ruben Amorim's already said that the one thing that he can't have are more injuries. I don't know whether the pitch will be a good enough standard, but is that something that the players will have to just take a bit of care with?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my job really is to make sure no one gets carried away. You know, go flying into tackles, hopefully stay on the feet a bit like when you train. You know, you train the day before a game and you always remind the players, just be careful, don't go smashing anyone, don't get any injuries, we've got a big game tomorrow. Obviously they're going to be committed, they're going to want to do well, they're going to want to try and impress. You know, that's the nature of a football player, but we've just got to make sure that we play it in the right spirits. You know, everyone's shaking hands after the game, everybody appreciates each other, and like I say, remind them that why we're here because Manchester United are Manchester United, and we've had the opportunity to play them. Let's be honest, you know, they've not gone, let's go and play Hong Kong because it's Hong Kong representative team, Hong Kong China should I say. They've come here because it's a good place to come and showcase their talent and grow their fan base or add to their fan base, and we need to remember that and just play the game in the right manner. I say sparring partner as in, you know, we're there to help them put on a good show. I don't mean sparring partner because we're trying to chin anybody or anything like that. We're just there to help the game and help the occasion and help fans get value for money by putting on a decent show, playing football correctly, obviously making it competitive, but not stupidly competitive.
咁啱啱頭先都提到關於咧喺天氣上面嘅影響咧，問到阿韋斯活教練會唔會話真係提醒我哋球員要係小心啲，因為嚟緊都仲有好多國際嘅賽事係我哋港隊需要應付。咁佢都話啦，喺難得對住紅魔曼聯嘅呢個機會咧，一個係足球員正常喺呢一啲咁高水準嘅賽事，都會希望能夠喺賽事裏邊呢就係出盡全力，可以令到大家呢係有歎為觀止嘅感覺。不過佢都會經常提醒球員啦，喺盡力嘅同時，亦都係要減少避免所謂頭先提過嘅愚蠢嘅行為，就係會令到自己可能喺不必要嘅情況底下受傷。曼聯能夠揀選咗喺香港同港隊去進行較量一個國際友誼賽，主要係因為除咗港隊嘅實力，亦都同時因為香港呢個城市希望可以回歸到俾喺香港嘅曼聯球迷有一場好精彩嘅比賽同埋表演，亦都希望除咗能夠提升曼聯球迷喺對於曼聯呢一隊國際級足球隊嘅歸屬感之餘，亦都希望今次呢一場嘅表演賽能夠俾到一場真正好嘅表演，可以俾到所有喜歡足球、喜歡曼聯同埋喜歡港隊嘅朋友。Two more questions, please. Any more questions? Once again, any more questions？ 仲有冇其他問題去俾我哋嘅教練同埋球員？ If there's no further questions, so we will conclude our first session with our Hong Kong-China pre-match press conference. Please give a big round of applause to our coach, Coach Ashley Westwood, and also our players Dudu. Thank you for coming, and we wish you all to have a good show tomorrow. Thank you. 咁亦都喺呢度多謝晒啦，我哋主教練韋思活，仲有我哋球員道道，咁亦都希望咧，我哋聽日喺中國香港對住曼聯呢一場賽事會有好嘅表現。咁請各位嘅傳媒朋友稍作休息，我哋最新嘅消息呢，應該曼聯方面呢，大概會喺5分鐘後呢就會抵達到我哋嘅係賽前記者會，咁亦都請各位嘅媒體稍作等候。So once again, thank you for the first session. For participating in the first session of our pre-match press conference. The most updated status right now for our Manchester United representatives, they will be arriving in the Hong Kong Stadium in about 5 minutes. So please continue to be patient, and we will, once they arrive, we will start the second session of our pre-match press conference of the Defining Education Challenge Cup Hong Kong China versus Manchester United pre-match press conference.所謂佢唔係呢個咯，係咯，佢都唔會 keep 住，我哋都唔會撞聲講㗎啦，係啊，因為我都驚頭先唔夠時間咯，嗱，我有啲都唔費開事翻喎，咪咯，好得。 All right, just to give you guys a heads up, our representatives from the Manchester United has arrived in the Hong Kong Stadium and will be stepping into our media room now, including coach Ruben Amorim and also player Amad Diallo. 我哋曼聯嘅代表亦都已經啱啱到咗香港，到達咗香港大球場。嚟緊呢，曼聯嘅主教練阿摩廉以及我哋嘅球員代表阿密特迪亞路呢，亦都將會係嚟到我哋嘅採訪室，會同各位嘅媒體見面。請各位嘅媒體朋友做好準備。And now, without further ado, please join me to welcome Manchester United representatives, including their head coach Ruben Amorim and also our player Amad Diallo. 我哋而家咧亦都立即進行我哋喺曼聯方面嘅訪問時間，包括咗有佢哋主教練阿摩廉，仲有佢哋球員阿密特迪亞路嘅。So, media friends who want to raise your questions, please raise your hands and then tell us your name and your representing media unit and begin with your question. So, please, who gets the first question in the front row, please?
Hi. William from Now Sports. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Ahmed. First of all, welcome to Hong Kong. I hope you like this city. The team looked a bit tired in Malaysia's game. Are they feeling better now? And any injury fear for the player?
Of course, the team is tired because we flew to Malaysia, and then with the jet lag, we had a game. In difficult conditions, but we are ready to play again. We are really happy to be here. Really enjoy the city. The weather, it looks like Manchester, so we feel at home. Yeah, but we are ready. Injuries, we had 3 players that flew to India because we have to divide all around the world our players to feel the support and to give something to the fans around the world. The rest of the guys I'm going to see after this training, but all of them are going to play. If there is an issue, physical issue, if they cannot play is one thing, but if they are available, they will play this game.
首先呢，第一個問題啱啱問到呢，就係喺曼聯啱啱咧喺吉隆坡完成咗佢哋第一場咧對住東盟明星隊嘅賽事，感覺上佢哋有啲疲累喎，咁啊會唔會話喺佢嘅個陣容球員上邊對嚟到香港咁啊喜唔喜歡啊，適唔適應啊？咁佢都話其實首先第一啦，咁啊因為今次咧遠道而嚟，咁啊首先呢，第一站去到吉隆坡，咁啊一班嘅球員其實都有少少 jet lag， 有少少係時差嘅問題，咁所以可能出到嚟呢，感覺上有啲疲亂，但係嚟到香港。我覺得佢哋好開心，因為佢哋好喜歡香港呢個城市，而且呢嚟到呢，雖然又話落住大雨，但係感覺呢係好似去翻咗曼徹斯特一樣，咁啊同曼徹斯特一樣都係咁樣嘅天氣，令到佢哋呢係嚟到特別開心。咁啊對於嚟緊聽日將會上場嘅球員陣容，佢都話所有嘅球員呢全部都係可以打嘅。咁啊，不論話佢哋而家個體能究竟能唔能夠去應付到聽日呢，都要等一陣間喺今晚佢哋嘅操練呢再去決定嚟緊佢哋聽日一個大軍陣容。不過暫時嚟講呢，喺陣容上面冇任何傷兵，咁亦都係所有全員都係可以係悉數上陣嘅。Please, in the middle.
Hi, Ruben. How's Alejandro Garnacho been around the camp? Because obviously there's a lot of news around his future and the situation there. Some were maybe surprised that he came out here, but how's he been?
No, it's not a surprise. He's a player of Manchester United. All the players are here. Some players are injured. Was better not to fly here to play these 2 games. So it's a normal situation. It's okay.
And just a question for Ahmad as well. I mean, you're very close with. Sorry, sure.
咁啊，當然啦，佢話本原有喺陣容上邊咧，咁啊 Hendrick 本身咧，因為係有傷患在身，咁所以咧需要係時間，需要去休養，咁啊，所以大家都唔需要太過擔心佢嘅。
Just a question for Ahmad. Obviously, you're very close with Alejandro. Are you hopeful that he could end up staying at the club, or do you not know?
Alejandro is a really good player, and we need a good player in the team. So obviously, I know Garna really well, so I hope to have Ghana next season, so it's not really a big issue for the team, and everything is good now, I think.
咁啊，而至於對於 Alejandro 嚟緊，佢哋會唔會係同球隊嘅未來嘅發展呢？大家都係持續喺一個觀望嘅狀態嘅。OK。
Hi, Ruben. Paul from South China Morning Post. Are you able to say what parts Alejandro Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes will play tomorrow, whether they will start the match? And are you aware that big players sitting out matches in this city is quite a sensitive topic after Lionel Messi last year?
Yes, I heard that. We are going to put, if the players are available, I'm going to put the players to play. I will try to divide because I don't want all the young kids all together. I will try to mix these things. We want to be competitive. I don't know which part are going to play, if they are playing together. For example, Ahmad and Garnacho in the last game play second half together. So I'm trying to balance the team, but they will play. If they are fit, they will play. And we will have the maximum respect for everybody here and for our fans. So we are going to address that, and I will think about that when I'm going to choose the players to play.
咁啊，關於咧Bruno Fernandes仲有加拿曹咁啊，嚟緊呢，聽日會唔會真係會唔會喺正選上陣呢？咁佢都話都暫時仍然都係未有最終嘅決定。不過當然佢亦都要係乘住，因為今次曼聯嘅亞洲之旅，亦都需要作出好好喺調配上面嘅平衡唔能夠只係單一用晒年輕嘅球員，或者用晒大家可能希望見到嘅球員，但係都好希望可以能夠喺個調配同埋安排上面做到一個好好嘅平衡。
Hi Ruben, as you said, the weather is very kind of like Manchester here. Have you had a chance to look at the pitch and assess it? And are you worried about any possibility of any injuries? Because that's obviously the last thing that you want.
I don't think so. I didn't see the pitch, but we are going to pay attention to that. But we are ready to cope with any pitch. We just if we are professional and we try to do the things in the right way, and we are focused on the game, is the best way to protect our players from any injury. So I'm not concerned about that.
咁啊，有關於而家目前因為個天雨嘅影響啦，咁啊對於嚟緊聽日咧去喺香港大球場嘅表現嘅比賽，會唔會話佢哋可能會真係擔心球員會因為會有受傷嘅機會，可能喺個陣容方面嘅安排會有唔同咧？咁佢都話對於球場嘅質素或者對於嚟緊聽日天氣嘅影響，佢哋唔會有太大嘅在乎或者有太大嘅問題，一切都要睇下視乎究竟球員嘅狀態，同埋聽日佢哋希望能夠擺到一個咩嘅陣容俾各位嘅球迷欣賞到賽事。係啦，邊位傳媒朋友想問問題嘅請你舉手。
Hey, hello, Ruben. Elvis from RTHK. So you mentioned wanting to connect with fans during this Asian tour, especially after a tough and disappointing season. But frankly speaking, tickets for the Hong Kong friendly haven't sold out yet, and also some fans booed off the team after yesterday's game against the Southeast Asian 11. So how do you think the team needs to do to kind of rebuild or to win back the supporters' passion and also the trust for the team? Thank you.
I think if you focus a lot in one situation in the last game, let's focus on all the game. Every time one player from Manchester United touched the ball, especially in the beginning, the stadium went crazy. The environment was really good. We did our lap in the end, and the fans were supporting our team. So I think it was more supportive than the opposite. Then I don't know the situation. It's really hard to have an opinion when you ask me about the tickets. I don't know the context. I don't know the situation. I don't know what would happen with another team. Even Liverpool is champion in our league. I don't know if they sell more tickets than us. So we don't know. We'll try. I think the fans still have time to buy more tickets. But our concern is to play, to have a good performance, and to try to connect with our fans.
咁我頭先問題問到啦，咁啊有傳咧而家嘅銷情咧喺門票嘅銷情唔係咁好啦，咁啊加上佢哋喺尋日喺吉隆坡嘅時候對住東文明星隊落敗之後咧，令到球迷有啲不滿，咁啊佢哋會唔會有啲咩特別嘅睇法咧？咁啊阿摩廉教練都話首先喺比賽上面，當然喺聯賽唔係淨係單一嘅賽事，係成個球季嘅賽事，佢哋其實都係相當之關注。咁但係佢哋覺得有一樣更加可貴嘅嘢，就係我哋嘅球迷無論如何都會繼續去全力去支持球隊，令到佢哋第日呢係將會有更好嘅成績。咁但係講到今次呢一個嘅友誼賽，佢對於門票方面呢，佢係完全冇任何見解。咁啊，因為就算你話可能係冠軍利物浦嚟緊，佢哋嘅門票嘅銷情係點，佢哋都唔會在乎。不論個門票嘅銷情如何，佢哋都希望能夠借住今次嘅國際友誼賽，能夠可以同曼聯嘅球迷同香港嘅球迷能夠連接上，俾大家可以欣賞到一場精彩嘅賽事。
Hi, Ruben. Just wondered how you're feeling. It's been a long trip, long season. Obviously, engagement with fans is a big aspect of this tour. Are you happy with how the players have been engaged with the fans, and how do you go about sort of making sure that they are connecting with the people that are obviously trying to cheer them on from the sidelines?
I think my job is try to push the players to perform well. That is something that I can do as a manager. Then we have a big team, a big staff to do this kind of encounters with the fans. We had something like that in Malaysia. I know the tour is really short. We have to travel a lot, and then we reach the hotel. We have 1 hour, and you come to training. So sometimes it's hard. I think we have we need to perform well. That is the only way that I can help the club in that department.
Can I just ask one for sorry.
首先呢，第一個問題都問到啦，咁啊當然啦，喺佢哋咁密鑼緊鼓嘅行程啦，感覺如何呢？嚟到咁今次參加呢個友誼賽，咁啊阿摩廉教練都話啦，咁佢打比方好似以喺佢哋去吉隆坡上一站嘅友誼賽，其實可能佢哋呢個行程相當之緊密，可能到達咗酒店1個鐘頭之後就已經即刻要去操練啦。咁但係佢作為球隊嘅教練嘅主帥，佢都希望能夠利用到佢嘅能力，能夠可以令到球員喺比賽裏邊呢可以發揮得最好。咁但係呢，喺咁密集嘅行程當中，當然佢哋帶嚟嘅球員嘅陣容都係相當之規模龐大，咁所以亦都可以好希望佢可以有能力令到球員能夠喺表演賽裏邊做得更好。
Similar question for Ahmad, really. How have you found it as a player coming on a post-season tour? It's an unusual thing for a player to do, physically and sort of mentally. How have you found it?
Yeah, obviously we are here to give them joy. We are here to give them your time. So make sure they will enjoy everything. Try to play every game more focused, like the manager say. And the most important thing is to give them joy and enjoy. Then if they enjoy, we are really happy for that.
啱啱問題因為問到啦，咁啊始終係睇下喺咁漫長嘅球季完結咗之後啦，今次即刻咧密鑼緊鼓嘅亞洲之旅，咁啊點樣可以幫助球隊同球迷能夠更好嘅聯結咧？咁啊啱啱問題問到個迪亞路都話啦，咁希望就係佢一路不停咁重複緊一個字，就係希望到球員能夠享受，球迷能夠享受到嘅時間，球員都可以能夠有一個更加之係俾大家值得享受嘅一個經驗同埋嘅比賽交流嘅。最後一個問題。
Just one each for Ruben and first of all for Ahmad. The Hong Kong coach, who's English, has just come here and said players need these trips like a hole in the head, but they can't say it. You're obviously having to play these games. You obviously, there was a reaction last night. There are people outside the hotel. What is it like as a player when you think your season's finished and then you have extra games to play?
First you.
No, I think, like I said before, we are really here to give them joy, to the fans, to everyone. And we played the game yesterday like a real game. We were really focused, but I know we lost the game. But I don't know honestly what the manager say. But what I say, we are really here to enjoy the moment and give them joy. That's it.
I think everybody understands that is a really hard context, because we had the season that we have, and it's hard in these moments even to face the fans around the world. So it's a moment that is hard for us, and we want to finish this season, but at the same time we want to give something to the fans. Of course, it's hard to play these games. We have one tour that we are traveling. We don't have time to adapt. Sometimes we are here. We don't have so much time to have contact with the fans to give everything that they deserve. But I think it's clear. We cannot hide that it's really tough in this moment for us not to close the season. But again, if there are one thing that is really important in this club, is that we need to face our fans in this moment, and we need to give something to our fans around the world. We want to do that, but sometimes it's really hard for us. Ahmad is trying to explain, but we were not really focused in the last game, and everybody can feel it. But in that moment, I understand the fans, I understand the players, and you also understand us, that we want to give something to the fans, but it's hard in this moment. We just want to turn the page and to improve the next season.
咁啊，頭先仲有一個問題啦，咁啊啱啱喺之前嘅訪問咧問到我哋港隊主帥，因為曾經都效力過曼聯，咁啊提到話其實喺呢一啲嘅休季嘅友誼賽，可能對於球員啦，對於整體球隊嚟講都比較困難，尤其是曼聯呢係以一個唔係太理想嘅狀態完成咗上季，咁啊問到球員同埋教練啦，咁啊迪亞路都話啦，咁其實嗱佢唔知道港隊主帥講咗啲乜，但係作為球員呢，其實佢都真係繼續都係強調希望能夠可以俾到更加多歡樂、更加多 joy、更加多嘅享受可以俾到球迷，咁啊因為佢哋咁遠水路嚟到，咁其實都係希望能夠可以俾曼聯嘅球迷可以好好近距離同佢哋咧有更多嘅接觸，咁啊而教練都話啦，咁啊當然佢亦都唔可以清楚知道對方講咗啲乜，咁啊當然你話喺一個喺大家亦都明白嘅情況底下，大家都會知道喺佢哋啱啱嘅聯賽賽季完結咗。接住落嚟，緊接住已經即刻要飛到嚟亞洲，咁所以其實佢哋好希望就係透過呢啲嘅國際友誼賽，能夠可以回饋到球迷嘅時候，俾到翻一啲嘢喜歡曼聯嘅球迷或者喜歡足球嘅球迷，而唔單止係要去上映一場精彩嘅賽事，亦都希望大家平時喺支持曼聯嘅同時，亦都俾大家會有一個更緊密嘅接觸，可以同曼聯一齊咧可以連結起上嚟嘅。
Sorry, Ruben, the question that I was going to ask, when you first came to Manchester United, you said within that first week, there's a lot of media, there's a lot... Are you now, like 6 months, 7 months in, do you now understand what it means to be manager of Manchester United?
I think it's more than a coach. In this tour, I had a small meeting with the Prime Minister of Malaysia. You have the protocol. You have to improve as a person. You have to improve as a leader. You have to control the momentum. Sometimes you see it after the games. I'm really frustrated. I'm trying to control that. But the only thing that I want is to improve the team and to have results. When you have results, you can manage everything so much easier. I think we, as a team, Andrew, myself, we learn how to lose games and control a little bit the narrative, the momentum. With results is going to be so much easier. So I just want to improve and to do my real job better. That is coaching the team. But you are more than a coach. You are clearly a manager. You need to be an example, and that is sometimes is hard when you lose a lot of games.
咁啊，咁最後都係啦，咁啊一個 follow 問翻阿摩廉啦，咁啊始終咧喺大概唔夠1年嘅時間前呢，咁啊新上任到而家啦，經過咗7-8個月啊，其實佢覺得作為曼聯嘅主帥，感覺上係點樣樣？咁佢都話，咁啊當然啦，其實作為一個主帥，佢哋基本上包括咗佢哋話喺上一站啊，甚至乎佢哋去打完國際友誼賽，佢哋要會見到馬來西亞嘅總理，去同佢哋傾啊有關於球隊點樣嘅進步、點樣改善等等各樣。正正佢作為一個係主帥需要去做嘅，咁當 當然啦，佢都提出一樣好重要嘅觀點，就係如果當球隊有成績嘅時候咧，所有嘅管理咧都會嚟得更加容易。咁所以啦，而家喺第一季完成咗之後，佢希望嚟緊嘅將來能夠帶領球隊喺佢哋嘅管理底下，喺佢哋嘅團隊嘅支持底下，有更好嘅成績，到時就會更加之容易去管理呢一支嘅球隊。Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you, our coach Amorim, and also thank you, our players, and thank you. And right now, our pre-match press conference has ended, and now please, media friends, get ready for the training session of the Manchester United.